Alright, so in this video we're checking out another smart ceiling fan light from Lumary. This is the C1, kind of a generic name, 45 watts, 5,000 lumens, and a 25 watt 6-speed fan. It has a warm white to cool white light, and also 16 million color RGB light as well. This is 19 inches. I did a video on a similar fan from Lumary, I think about a year ago. And a little bit different profile for this one. This is a low profile, so it doesn't stick that far down from the ceiling. And I'm replacing an old ceiling fan here in this room that I do my filming in. This one's pretty old, like 25 years old, I think. And it's pretty big. As you can see, this room is not super large, but it takes up a huge amount of space on the ceiling, and it also hangs kind of low. It's about 30 inches off the ceiling, and this new one is a low profile one. It should only be, I think, about 8 or 9 inches, so significantly saving a lot of space in the ceiling. And taking a look at the back of the box, so if you saw my previous video, this has all the same smart features. It uses an app. It can be controlled via voice, via Alexa or Google Home, and it does things like music sync and all that. So I am not going to cover all that same stuff again in this video. I will link the other video that I reviewed last year as well down in the video description. If I notice anything different, I might make some special notes about that in this video, but essentially it's the same. It's got the same remote and everything. Probably won't hook up to my Google Home for this one, because I can just use the remote. And here are the specs if you want to read all the specs. But basically at this point I'm going to go ahead and tear down the old ceiling fan and then hook up the new one, and I'll show you how all the little app features and lights and stuff work via the remote. Alright, so I got the fan installed, and it took me a lot longer to get the old fan off there versus putting the new one on. It's pretty simple, just a few screws, and it's a lot smaller. And it's kind of hard to see just basically looking at the ceiling here, but you can look at the earlier clip and notice this fan is significantly smaller, taking up space, and also much closer to the ceiling. Like, not afraid of hitting the fan walking around this room. I used to do that because the fan was pretty low. This is not a very high ceiling. But yeah, installing it, again, very simple and easy, not a problem. So I'm going to show you how the remote works, and it's pretty simple. So turn the light on. It's this button here, and then you can adjust the brightness with this button here, higher and lower here. So I'm going to lower the brightness. It is too bright for this camera. It's blowing out the exposure. So let's see, this is what the lowest level is. I think that's the lowest level there. I think it was at the highest level before. And you can adjust the coolness with this second button over here. So believe up is cooler and down is warmer. So we're going to make the light warmer now. And you can see the color temperature changing. I prefer a cool light, so I'm going to leave it on cool. You can turn the light off with this button here again. I'm going to turn off. Turn the RGB light on instead. So with this button right here, let's go and turn that on. And you can use this button to adjust the colors, the third button on the bottom. So we got a variety of different programs here. And then the top button adjusts the different colors: blue, red, yellow, green. So if you just want a certain color, you can do that with the top button. The bottom button changes the different programs. So you can see how you have rainbow effects, etc. And you can go into the app and program it to your liking. It just kind of depends what you're looking for, but yeah, blue light's fine. I personally will probably never use the RGB light. And then this last button on the bottom here changes the timer for turning it off at a certain time. So if you're going to sleep after an hour or 4 hours, it'll turn off the light and all the functions. This turns on the fan function, so we'll go ahead and turn this on. Hear beep. The fan starts spinning. and it's at the lowest level, which is 1, and you can adjust it all the way up to 6. So we'll go up to 6, and just so you can hear what it sounds like. You can barely hear it. It's actually quite noise free. Doesn't make a lot of noise, but provides plenty of airflow. And I believe I actually have it on reverse right now, so I was testing it out earlier. This button right here changes the airflow direction. So let me see if you can see that. It was going in that direction before, and then we're going to reverse it. And we'll turn on the fan again. And we'll have it going the other direction. So instead of the air flowing upwards, it'll flow downwards. So it's going to go ahead and there. It's going to reverse. So it depends on the season. I guess if I guess summertime, we want the airflow going down. So the cool air or the hot air, I guess, is blowing downwards. And then I guess in the winter, going the other direction where it blows the air upwards towards the ceiling. Yeah, I don't know. That might be wrong. Let me know what you think in the comments. This button right here is for the night light. So if you want the inner light there instead of the outer light, this is just for, if you want a little light, like a low dimming light there, you can have that on. I'm gonna turn that off. And then this button right here is to adjust, I guess, it randomizes the airflow, so it'll go faster and slower. So there's all these instructions here on how to connect it to the app and QR code, Google Play Store, iOS Store for the app. And I actually went through all of this in the previous video, so I'm gonna link that video in the video description if you want to know how to set it up. You can go kind of crazy on the music sync and the RGB LED programming. So if you want to learn about that, I encourage you to watch the other video because it's exactly the same setup. Basically, download the app, connect it to your Wi-Fi network, and then you can control the light via the app instead of the remote control. But I actually prefer the I'm an old school guy. I prefer the old school method, so I'm going to stick with the remote control for this particular light. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. The link will be down in the video description if you guys want to check it out. Got any questions, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.